How did you enjoy managing the remix process for
The remix,
for the
I
song?
mean,
Oh, it's so fun.
incredible. I mean, like just to like, I don't mean to like single out anybody or make it obvious that one is our favorite over anybody else, but Vault Kid, goddamn, that was brilliant, dude.
He nailed it.
Instantly, we got so excited about that because we made this trailer ahead of time that was like, here it is. We care so much about the world building. We care so much about like what a track means and storytelling and all of this. Here are the elements that we've used to portray the story within this track. And here are some ideas of what you could do to portray a different story in your track. And here's some examples of stories you could tell. Like, it was really emphasized on that. So we left it. People dished out their remixes. A couple of them put it in our feedback section. We were able to be like, hey, like, you could change this and adjust this, and as a big picture thing, what story is this telling? And then on the day that the remix CP entries closed, we went and listened to all of them. And it was like, we listened to one, it's like, oh, that's not bad. We listened to another one, be like, that's also pretty good. That's not bad. We're like, okay, we like this one. And being like, yeah, all of these need a little bit of workshopping. And we put up the Vault Kid one, and it's this like,
It starts and we're like, this is promising.
In a different world. And we're like, we had listened to so many that were like okay and needed workshopping. We took a video of us so that we could send it to everybody as we were listening to it. And you can literally see us in the video at the buildup, like crossing our fingers, being like, please be good, please be good, please be good at the drop. Because it had done such a good job of putting it into this new world immediately. We were like, please, please, please don't disappoint. This is so promising so far. And then it was the drop. It was just everything you would want from a remix for a remix contest like this. Just right. I mean, amazing. Totally took the best parts of the track identity, translated them into his world, in his super like bright, almost pastel, like neon chiptune world. I mean, it was excellent. Incredible.
It was insane. Like,
I'm so happy, and I like we're slowly in the works of working on something with Vault Kid. Just
cool.
From how exciting it was to listen to that track, and we're so proud of that.
And I love the remix competition because, I mean, we've never had like pretty much anyone remix our stuff unless it's like under the table, like a friend,
right? Like a friend.
But listening to that many people like work on a track that you've like worked so hard on is like, it's awesome. It's super rewarding. It's like, man, now all these people get to put their own ideas on the track that we made. So it was awesome.
And after workshopping all of them, like I think Squidot did a really great job of translating it into a different world and telling a different story with it. The soundscapes are really cool. The samples that Squidot added in are super sick. Tyra's is also a little personal favorite of mine. I think Tyra's needed a little bit more workshopping because we felt Tyra's didn't necessarily change too much. And in talking to him, he was like, oh, like I was a little worried to change too much. I thought you guys maybe just wanted this and that. And we were like, no, like go ham, like change this and that.
And he came back and I was like,
right.
Whoa,
yeah.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
Like
that's
crazy
sick.
Now. That's something I really like about all the remixes. They've all in their own lane. Like Vault Kid basically took the story route and like flipped everything that way.
Squidot
very similarly
direction.
in a different world, more in like an icy way. It's like all in their own styles, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then man, it was so awesome to listen to them all, and they're all different. There's no two tracks. There's like this one's dubstep, this one's dubstep, this one's dubstep. You know, they're all in their own lanes. And I think that's something awesome.
And it was super fun. And only because Dwelm is the only one we haven't name dropped yet.
Oh yeah, Dwelm. Holy shit. That was the one that I listened to and it was instantly.
Yeah, Dwelm's was so sick. We were originally concerned because
we were like, is there anyone that's gonna beat that one?
Well, we were like, oh, Dwelm's like it almost doesn't sound like a remix. We were like, this is incredible and incredibly new. But if you played the original and the remix side by side, like it doesn't necessarily sound like the same identity or like the same track. So we had to go back and we were like, love your track. We're concerned that if you just put a different title on this, it could be an original that completely stands on its own 2 feet. And for a remix contest where we had a big emphasis on identity, all of the identity of the original was kind of completely removed. So we were like, you know, can you go through, like, you're allowed to say no, we would still love to put this out, but it would be sick if you could go through and just find something from the original just to tie them together. And I think he basically very simply just took the It's Fight Night vocal and added that in a really creative way. And it was like that's really all you need to do, is because that right there is the identity of the track in its most boiled down form. And having that present like made a world of difference, I think.
Oh yeah. All the revising processes were like super good.
Right.
Like from the original submissions to the final ones. It was a nice process. None of it was like painful.
Right. It was all good. And I'm really excited for all of those remixes to come out. I think people are gonna, I think one of the things that I'm really excited about is because they are so different in style and because they're so like different in genre, that like everybody with their different tastes of electronic music are going to have different favorites, and not because one of them is wildly better than the other, but just because they all appeal to different corners of electronic music. I think Squidot did like a really solid job at making something like heavy and dark and minimal. Vault Kid obviously made something like bright and happy and chiptune. And so people who think Vault Kids like is the best and people who think Squidots are the best, that's going to like basically base off their taste more than anything else. So going into having a remix EP like that, where you have heavy hitters that can appeal to everybody's taste, like I'm just super proud of everybody that's on that EP for helping us, you know, put that together.
Yeah, me too. And you know, it's so cool when you have a remix EP with that much diversity on it, and it just makes for a better remix EP. It's also interesting to see that, like, you know, when you're in a remix contest, you never know what the artists want, right? So like, you know, like Tyrese thought like, oh, I didn't know I was allowed to get wildly creative, because because some remix contests, that's what they want from you. They want you to basically make a carbon copy of the, you know, of the original that's slightly different, right? And others want it to be a complete flip that's like barely, you know, recognizable. So being in a remix contest, it's great to have interaction with the artists who are leading it, because they can tell you like, this is what we're looking for. Like, you know, we really want this, we really want that, which is kind of cool, because some of those big remix contests, you don't get that kind of interaction. You just kind of have to roll the dice. You have to be like, you know, like, here we go.
Right. Yeah, exactly.